On the streets of Chicago, gang violence has taken over 400 lives this year alone, making it quite literally a battleground in the heart of the United States, with victims that include children as young as 6 years old. It's a hidden America most of us will never see. ABC's Alex Perez, who himself grew up in one of these dangerous neighborhoods, brings us the first in a series of reports we're called Chicago, from Chicago, Hidden America, Don't Shoot. I want to grow up.
Where's that coming from?
Thursday night in Chicago. Mothers on the south and west sides of this city are bracing. For them, weekends mean violence, murder, and sleepless nights, praying that their children will live to bury them, not the other way around. It's a prayer Diana Aguilar knows well. Aguilar lives in a Chicago neighborhood called Little Village, in the same home where she grew up. But the fond memories she had here were erased on a warm Saturday afternoon last March.
It was a beautiful day. We were going to go to a birthday party. We were actually waiting for our cousins to join us.
While she waited, Aguilar, her boyfriend, 2-year-old daughter Caitlin, and her 6-year-old daughter Aliyah decided they'd go sit on the front porch and take in the sun. Aguilar was helping Aliyah tame her frizzy hair.
I was sitting right here. Caitlin, Armando, and Aliyah was in between my legs. She had a beautiful curly hair that when it was hot, it would get real nappy. So I was running my fingers through her hair.
As she untangled Aliyah's hair, a pickup truck came barreling down the street, and that bright sunny day became the darkest afternoon in Diana's life.
I just heard, TSK, bah!
A gang war cry and gunfire.
I honestly didn't think, I guess it happened so fast. By the time I looked up, I just seen the truck, the guy pointing at us.
In those few seconds, Aliyah, still sitting between her mother's legs, went silent.
I seen blood in her arm, but I thought it was just her arm, and I was screaming for help. And I got up, and I seen Caitlin on the ground screaming, and I let go of Aliyah, but I promise you that I thought she just got shot in her arm. I ran inside to call 911, and as I opened the door, I seen her rolling down the stairs. And all I seen at the time was blood in her arm, but by the time I got down, she was purple, and she had other wounds. And I didn't get to hear her voice ever again. Ever. Maybe I should have got up. Maybe I should have done something else. And I tell myself that, and I ask myself that every night. But it's too late. And I ask myself why.
Aliyah Shell was killed in a neighborhood just a few blocks from here where I grew up. Her tragic story reminds me of my own experience. As a teenager, 3 of my friends were killed in gang shootings, but the violence today is even more frightening and unpredictable.
Police are fighting back. Police Superintendent Gary McCarthy showed me the arsenal they've seized this year alone. More than 10,000 illegal guns.
Is there one solution, one key to fix our problem?
No, there's no way to just stop the flow of firearms into this city. There's no way to reinvent the family structure that doesn't exist so that you don't have 13-year-olds on the street at 1 o'clock in the morning engaged in a gun battle.
And so across the city, grieving mothers like Diana Aguilar are taking on this massive arsenal, telling the stories of their slain children to anyone who will listen over and over. It's the only weapon they have.
Yeah, they was right on the school ground lighting them.
The night we met Tanya Birch, she was handing out flyers asking people who've seen homicides to break the code of silence.
They call it the code of silence. I call it the code of cowards.
Tanya's 19-year-old son Deontay was shot at a party 3 years ago. But like 70% of homicide cases in this city, his case remains unsolved.
There's so much danger in this neighborhood, it was just ridiculous.
ASHAKE Bangs thought she'd come up with a way of protecting her children.
So I say, okay, we'll set up the candy store. At least they can come outside in front of the house. I can watch them. They'll be safe right here.
The candy store would help pay for a trip to Disney World for her 7-year-old daughter, Heaven, a reward for an excellent report card.
She picked all her little pink shorts and her pink shoes and all her stuff that she wanted to wear to Disney World.
Just remember me when
But the little diva who loved singing about hope never made it to Disney World, caught in gang crossfire at that candy store outside her home just 3 weeks before the trip.
When I ran to the door, I saw her face down, bleeding. She took her last breath in my arms.
Even at just 7, Heaven knew the dangers of the neighborhood and wanted out.
She was like, "Ma, let's move. It's not right over here. How they live like this?" You know, she's 7 years old. She was before her time.
Time is what seems frozen for Diana Aguilar. She tries not to spend the weekends at home anymore. Instead, travels to a different neighborhood to stay with her sister. But when she's home, she's in her bedroom, which has become a shrine to Aliyah.
This is my Aliyah right here. This is what I have of her.
The walls, pink and purple, Aliyah's favorite colors, and pictures everywhere.
One thing that I really wanted to show you and everybody out there in the world is that this is my baby Aliyah, 6 years old, love school, love life, amazing little girl. This is what they took away from me, and this is what unfortunately I am forced to see now. We need to do something. We need to stop this. We need to show these kids that there's options out there, you know, that there's other options besides joining the gang. No, there's other, you have a family, a real family that loves you, that wants the best for you, that wants a future for you.
For Nightline, I'm Alex Perez in Chicago.
Heartbreaking. Our thanks to Alex Perez for bringing us that story. And tomorrow night on World News, in a special edition of Nightline, we're going to show you what happened. We brought together members of rival gangs for an unprecedented summit.
You gonna be the prey or the predator? Which one you gonna be?
And then what happened when the grieving and courageous mothers we met directly confronted them.